have no agriculture, no domesticated animals, no machines or guns or electricity. Each day they wrest their food from the wild landscape around them, using nothing but their own hard work and guile. Women gather berries or dig wild tubers from the rocky soil with stout pointed sticks, often with a child on their back in a sling. Men hunt zebra, giraffe, antelope, and other animals with powerful bows and arrows they fashion themselves from branches and sinew, or chop open trees with small axes to extract wild honey from beehives built in the hollows of limbs and trunks. Kids run and play around the grass huts of camp or head out in groups to get firewood and water. Elders either head out foraging with the other adults, they are remarkably spry even into their 70s, or stay back at camp to keep an eye on things. This way of life was the norm worldwide for over 2 million years, from the evolutionary dawn of our genus, Homo, through the invention of farming just 12,000 years ago. As farming spread and brought towns, urbanization, and eventually industrialization in its wake, most cultures traded in their bows and digging sticks for crops and brick houses. Some, like the Hadza, held on proudly to their traditions, even as the world around them changed and began to encroach. Today, these few populations are the last living windows into humanity's shared hunter-gatherer past. Along with my good friends and fellow researchers Dave Reichlin and Brian Wood, and our research assistant Fides, I was in Hadza land, as we casually refer to their homeland in northern Tanzania, to learn how the Hadza lifestyle is reflected in their metabolism, the way their bodies burn energy. It's a simple but incredibly important question. Everything our bodies do, growing, moving, healing, reproducing, requires energy, and so understanding how our energy is spent is the first foundational step in understanding how our bodies work. We wanted to know how the human body functions in a hunting and gathering society like the Hadza, where people were still an integral part of a functioning ecosystem, with a lifestyle still similar in important ways to that of our deep past. No one had ever measured daily energy expenditure, the total number of calories burned per day in a hunter-gatherer population. We were eager to be the first. In the modernized world, far removed from the daily work of acquiring our food with our bare hands, we pay little attention to energy expenditure. If we think about it at all, we think of the latest diet, our workout plan, whether we've earned that donut we crave. Calories are a hobby, a nugget of data on our smartwatches. The Hadza know better. They understand intuitively that food and the energy it holds are the fundamental stuff of life. Each day they confront an ancient and unforgiving arithmetic. Acquire more energy than you burn, or go hungry. We woke up with the sun still orange and weak on the eastern horizon, the colors of the trees and grass washed out in the diluted morning light. Brian started a cooking fire in our small Hadza-style 3-stone hearth and set a pot of water on to boil. Dave and I milled around bleary-eyed, needing caffeine. Soon enough, we were all drinking hot mugs of Afri-Cafe instant coffee and spooning up plastic bowlfuls of instant oatmeal and jelly. We discussed research plans for the day. We had all heard the lions during the night and joked nervously about how close they sounded. Then, sauntering through the tall dry grass, came 4 Hadza men. They weren't coming from camp, but from the opposite direction, from the bush. They were each carrying large, misshapen loads over their shoulders, and it took me a moment to recognize what it was. Legs, haunches, and other blood-matted parts of a big, freshly killed antelope. The men knew we liked to keep track of the foods they brought back to camp, and they wanted to give us a chance to record this kill before splitting it up among the families in camp. Brian snaps to it, clears off the weigh scale, and locates the foraging returns notebook, striking up a conversation in Swahili, our common language with the Hadza. "Thanks for bringing these by," says Brian. "But where the hell did you get a huge antelope at 6 in the morning?" "It's a kudu."